Big clap.
Get that?
Yeah.
I mean, pressed by with Blues, it's just two central midfielders, yet they're able to fill so much space as Kieftenbeld, one of them now, slams into the tackle with Phillips and holds his knee at the end of it as well. As Leeds get possession and Kieftenbeld's injured.
Yeah, his hands up, and we're short now, aren't we? I think.
And now they're through on the right side with Dallas. Bamford in the middle, he's found, it's over. Big chance for Bamford, he's blown it. Goal kick Blues. Huge moment.
I think I get the ball from someone. I've seen it back a couple of times, but just the tackle, and yeah, I had the ball a little bit too much in front of me and tried to nick it in front of the guy, and he tackled me, and after that I was on the ground and Pete, the physio, came on the pitch.
You know, when we're in them situations, I'm trying to get a clear view, and fortunately with that one I had a really clear view of what happened, and I could tell that, you know, Michael's knee may have been sort of pushed into a position that we wouldn't want. So I was up reasonably quickly because I saw it well. And then the concern for me is that Keith never stays down. He very rarely stays down. So when he stays down, you know you've got something to deal with, generally speaking. So that was my first concern.
I wasn't sure if it was bad. I didn't have a lot of pain, but when I see the video back, I'm still on the ground, just put my hand in the air. And then when I had a look back at it, I thought it was bad. But when it happened, I wasn't sure, and then Pete came on the pitch and had a look at my knee, and then he went straight to the bench like this, and that's the point where I got worried, because normally he would ask, Kieft, are you okay? Can you play on? But he had a look at my knee and I had to come off.
And we've got a couple of sort of specific tests we do on the pitch. The first basic one, Lackman's test, felt pretty loose, to be honest, certainly when I compared it to the other side. So at that point, you know he's got to come off. I can't prove that his knee's okay, so he needed to come off at that stage.
You know, I think he's the best signing we've had in quite a while.
Well,
he's a good footballer.
Blues and Leeds fans clapping Kieftenbeld as he comes off on the stretcher. He'll probably go down the tunnel on the near side, and let's hope that that's not the last time we see him this season. If it is, then he deserves the standing ovation he's getting for what's been a great campaign.
Yeah, it was a really bad day. The days after were not as bad, but that night was, yeah, just too disappointed. For football, it's almost the worst injury that can happen.
It was all very calm to start off with. It's only then when you start really kind of assessing the knee and then talking with Keith and explaining what potentially the injury could be that the reality of the situation kind of dawns. Keith then, as you'd anticipate, would get quite emotional, as did we really. Myself and Paul Doty were in there. You know, it wasn't a nice situation to find ourselves in, but in fairness to Keith, after about 10 minutes, he was kind of just wanting to get his head around it and, you know, what do I need to do to get this right?
He looks in a lot of pain though, doesn't he? As I say, there was no messing about when he did it. His hand went straight up in the air. Not sure if it was the impact or he's twisted as he's gone down, but whatever it was, it's not nice to see, and he's a genuine guy, isn't he, Mikel?
Yep, so basically it was a significant and serious knee injury at the four main ligaments in the knee. Keith had completely torn two of them. If you look back at the tackle, it's at a great pace, high velocity, and he pretty much almost dislocates his knee. So, you know, we weren't in any shadow of a doubt this was a significant and serious injury, and Keith was well aware of that as well.
I did my first month in Holland. There's a place called Zeist. It's a bit similar to St. George Park here in England. I thought it would be nice to go away a little bit, to be around closer to my friends and family, being around with Dutch people, just to go away from Birmingham a little bit, because all the lads would be on holiday and nobody would be around, so that would have been tough, and I'm really glad the club let me do that. When you do your ACL, I never noticed before, but I'm a professional now. It's really important to straighten your knee as soon as possible to get a range of movement. What I did my MCL as well, and to not irritate your MCL, my knee had to be in a bent position for 30 degrees for 3 months. So that slowed me down a little bit. That's why it took so long. If I only would have done my ACL, it might have come back sooner. But because it was my MCL, my knee went, my leg and knee became really stiff after 3 months because it's never been stretched.
A lot of people are involved in the process, from Kai, the doctor, to myself as head physio. We've got Dave, who you've spoken to, Dave Hunt, who's done, the lion's share of the rehab with him, and Dave Singleton. We've got Harry and Paul and Brad as well, and we all come together to try and work together to get him a plan and really to motivate him through, what he quickly understood to be 9 months as a potential rehab. So, when you're faced with 9 months, it's difficult, especially for someone like Kieft, who's never had a long-term injury.
So when I came back, I thought, it's gonna be tough, but it wasn't. And that's first of all because of Dave and Pete. They really helped me. Every day it was about me, and I wanted to be about me. It sounds really selfish, but it's my career, my knee, and I want to get better. And I know there's a team, but I want Dave to be with me the whole time because I want to get better as soon as possible. It sounds really selfish, but that's the way I thought.
Joked about it, and I've spent more time with him over the last 9 months than I have my wife. So we've grown quite close, and we've got to know each other quite well. My love for European hardcore music has not improved in the slightest. But with these injuries, it is a long, drawn-out process, and unfortunately, you can't cut corners. And what I'll say about Keith is that he literally committed himself to it 100%. He wanted to do everything he could to maximise each and every day. With these long-term injuries, you tend to have peaks and troughs. There are days where sometimes players might not necessarily want to push themselves or work hard, which is truly expected, and you can completely understand it. But what I will say to Keith is those days were a complete, they were minimal. There were 1 or 2 times that I can remember. So it has been a pleasure to work with. It has been fun, but what I will say is that he's worked as hard as he possibly could every single day.
I've always said that. I said, when a player goes through like a major trauma like he did, the better they are, the fitter they are before the incident, then the better the rehab. I think the physios will back me up on that one. So when you look at Kieftenbeld before the injury, he was, probably one of the fittest boys in the squad and probably one of the fittest lads in the championship. He'll run all day for you. So again, that enhances his rehabilitation.
Keith's a competitor. He wants to be on the grass. He wants to smash people. He wants to run around. He does not want to be in here. And I think that was the biggest concern for him. He was concerned of how he'd cope. So that's a lot. We discussed that a lot between us, and how we're going to motivate him, keep him happy. Make it easy for him to work. In truth, it was easy. Keith's attitude's fantastic. He works hard. He's what you see on the pitch for anybody that doesn't know him. You give him something to do, he does it. He just needs clear direction, to be told why, and generally he buys in. And I think, for all the work we've done, it only gets to a good stage, like he's at now, because of what he puts into it every day. And he's been a fantastic patient. So credit to him, really.
as we sit here today, where are we in terms of your return to match fitness?
Nearly there. Yeah, I'm buzzing. I've been out on the grass now for a long time. Because I haven't been running for 7 months. Yeah, it's so weird. I was so used to it all my life, and then you didn't run for 7 months.
Mikel, next time. You working now? Come on, come on, come on. Here we go now, 15 seconds, let's drive it, Robo.
Yeah, I'm nearly there now. Especially the last 2-3 weeks, I feel like getting my legs back. That's a nice feeling, because the session been horrible. With like a lot of running, and every time you almost die on that pitch. Like that's how it feels. And I had a chat with Dave as well. I said, "Why are we doing this?" He said, "Yeah, if I give you something easy, you won't improve." Makes sense. But you don't feel like you're improving because every session is really tough. And then the other day I did something, what I did 6 weeks ago, I did it again, and then I saw the improvement, and then I thought, all right, maybe they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think every player is different, you know, and a difference in injury as well. But when you look at Kieftenbeld, the guy's just a bloke, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He's a proper bloke, like fearless. Do you know what I mean? Drives himself on, self-driven. Do you know what I mean? He's everything that you want in a player and somebody you'd go to war with.
This is the tough bit, because this is when you're now starting to, you've obviously gone through your rehab, you've done all your outside phases of rehab, you've achieved all those markers that you need to return to training. Then it's about really improving your conditioning and getting up to the level of the group, because we do have a very, very fit group here. So when you've been out for a long period of time, you need to bridge that gap. You need to bridge it pretty quickly as well. So it's almost like you're in touching distance, but every day feels as though you're just not quite getting there. So this part now, the end stage, is where it's at its toughest, because you feel like you're ready to go, and it's just about the daily grind of improving your fitness. So it is agonising and it is tough because you are so close, but you know, he's a naturally fit lad, so he's in a good place.
I laugh because I said to him on the first time we put him into contact, I said, listen, just take it easy. I swear to God, he smoked somebody straight through the back, and I was just like, oh my God, what am I seeing? But that is the man. You haven't put him in. There is no half measures with him. So you put him in, knowing that he's in a good place, and watch him go, and he's come through to fruition. I mean, everything, you know, I want to put a massive applause to the physio department, what they've done in this period here with him, especially Unti. Do you know what I mean? Unbelievable work, and when he's come to me, he's in an unbelievable place. But the main part of it is the kid. Do you know what I mean? Keith himself, the way he is mentally, physically, I don't think you get no better, mate.
How much did it say about the football club that once you'd had the injury and you had the operation lined up, that they immediately looked to trigger another year in your contract to give you the support and the comfort of knowing you didn't have to worry about what you
that's been so nice. Like when I told my people in Holland as well, that won't happen soon in Holland. Like, but here I've been, when it happened, I was 4 years at the club, and they said, yeah, we want to help you. So yeah, it really helps me also in my rehab. Like if you got the pressure of coming back quick, because you need to show everyone that you're fit, maybe to get somewhere or at the club a new deal. It gives you a pressure that you don't really want. Now I could really focus on my knee, get things right. Don't got that pressure, just the pressure of come back strong, and that's what really helped me. I could really focus on my knee and not on different things. Like I watched almost every home game at St Andrews. Because I was a bit later, I don't have to report the same time as my teammates. Yeah, you see more fans, and the respect they show, the appreciation about what you give to the club. So much. I really like that. That's why I also can't wait to be back. They've been so nice to me. Like my dad made jokes. Do they still know you? Like after 9 months when you come back? But yeah, because they've been so nice to me, I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah. You and Sonya's mate are going to tear it off, I tell you.
and my knee is fine now. I'm so glad that I can say that, because it's also funny because I had asked Pete and Dave when it happened. They were a bit like, yeah, we sort this out, you get surgery and you will be fine. And then I asked them the other week, I said, was my knee bad? Yeah, your knee was pretty bad. So I need some games in the under 23s. Now I just want to be back, help my teammates, and how that will be. If I don't put myself under any pressure, I have to be back in the squad quick, or no. I just want to get fit and enjoy playing football with my teammates again.
Fantastic, you know, he's trained with us a few times, and his energy in training and that, you know, how he drives people on, and he's a wonderful example to players that, you know, if you apply yourself, you know, you get through. He's a tough lad, you know, he's just shown that resilience to come through what he's come through, and to play with that kind of energy and that enthusiasm is a real testimony to him.
Well, I woke up half an hour before my alarm. I guess because, yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. Smile on my face the whole morning. It's really. No, yeah, of course I thought about it many times.
And now you're not just turning up to a game in your suit to see fans, you're actually turning up to go into the dressing room, which is different.
It's really different. That's a amazing feeling, just to be around the lads again and have a meeting before and the whole build up. Yeah, really looking forward.
Home sweet home.
Home sweet home. We're back. Alright.
Anyway, then. When you're back?
When I'm back? Well, today.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You're fit?
Yeah, I'm fit.
So you can get a goal there. Here's the box.
Well,
Bang.
you never know.
Please.
Yes, of course, mate.
You in the squad today?
I am, yeah.
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 Can't wait to
All
see
good?
you, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright. Hello. I'm not sure if I'm playing, but I'm back in the squad, yeah, thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Alright. Good to see you, man. Alright.
Michael Kieftenbeld back in a matchday squad for the first time.
When he did it, we said that was it. You know, as soon as he did it, he's not a faint heart, is he, Michael? He'll give it, he'll take it. But as soon as he did it, you just feared the worst. And for him to be back is brilliant. He is absolutely terrific to have in your team.
Edge of the D will shoot, bend one off the post. What a fantastic effort from Bellingham, who spotted a gap there, and I don't think anyone else saw. Brentford player has pulled up, low ball in, Hogan's left it, and that means that Lucas Junkovic can tuck it in instead.
What a run by Gardner. He's picked the ball up twice in the last 5 minutes and gone and made something happen. Come on, mate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice, step in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Blues are going to make a change, and what a sight this is. Michael Kieftenbeld, having been injured with that serious knee injury way back in April of 2019, will now play the last 20 minutes of the game here at the Den. What a comeback it's been for Michael Kieftenbeld, a fantastic servant of the football club, and he'll replace Jude Bellingham. Great to see Kieftenbeld back out on the pitch. A couple of 23s games to shake off the cobwebs. Kieftenbeld, Dutch Mike, gets a massive cheer from the away following here at the Den.
And for him to be back is brilliant. He is absolutely terrific to have in your team. You know, he's up and down, he puts his foot in, he wears his heart on his sleeve. That kind of player, if you're alongside, you want that.
Michael is always very good to have because, first of all, he's a winner. He's a tough player to play against, and he's someone who is very good tactically as well.
I think he epitomises us really. You know, we wear our heart on our sleeve. If we give 100%, those guys out there, those fans, those supporters, absolutely, it don't matter really the finesses of the game. You know, it's give it everything you've got.
He covers every blade of grass when he's playing, and it's fantastic. He tackles anything that moves, and the fans are really warm to him.
No, let's do it brilliant. And what I said before, the main thing is I just want to be part of this team again. And if I can help them with 10 minutes, if I can help them with 20 minutes, I'm happy to do that. But of course, personally, I want to get fit as soon as possible, and that's only by playing games. So hopefully I can get some games under my belt till the end of the season.
Keith, it's great to see you back out there and great to see a smile on your face. Well done.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Well done, mate.
We're back, mate.
Well done, mate.
Lastly from me, a message to all the support you've got, not just from fans, teammates, staff members. What would you say to them?
That I'm really grateful what they did for me, like my teammates, my family, like everyone, like the fans. Always felt part of this club, even when I was out for 9 months, and yeah, I really appreciate that, and yeah, that what helps me through my rehab as well, and helps me and motivated me to get back, and I really want to thank them for that.